Put $20 on today's lottery. In the Heights, I buy my coffee and I go. That's all I remember. I'm still trying to learn lines to In the Heights. I know pretty much all of Hamilton, but this is a new one because I went fresh into In the Heights and I absolutely loved it. Hello everybody and welcome to In the Heights, my review slash discussion slash just ramblings about this film, what we can learn from it, and why it's just so damn good. In the Heights is a musical written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. It is directed by, I can't remember his name, but the guy who did Crazy Rich Asians. And it was before Hamilton, so it's like the predecessor. So we should all like worship it because Hamilton is just so damn good. But I absolutely loved this. I thought this is a really important film. I think it is important to point out that I understand that there was some problems with this film to do with it being whitewashed, and I will be honest that I don't know a lot about this subject to give a specific opinion on this. However, I feel like it's important to still talk about this film because personally it opened my eyes to some things, and I think that's really important to talk about that. So let's just go through it. I have a load of notes. Let's just have a chilled, relaxed discussion. So first off, I feel like I should just talk about the music. The music is just so damn good, and it's so different, but at the same time so similar to Hamilton. The music in this and how it's written is so simple. It is that kind of musical which is just like, I'm gonna sing about the thing that I'm doing, like I'm gonna stack the shelves and things like that. And I know some people might not like that, but I feel like that was needed, especially as someone who has never seen the play, I think it's based off a book or something. I've never read the book, I've never listened to the music, I had no idea what this was about, apart from the trailers. So having this simple music and just having it laid out was welcoming. It was easy for me to understand, and especially as it's like an 8-minute opener. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I've been listening to just this one track is like 8 minutes long in the intro. So yeah, it's great to have simple music sometimes. It doesn't always need to be super wordy or anything like that. And I feel like Hamilton nailed this. It was a mixture between sort of artistic, great writing and just simple wording, and like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm singing about what I'm going to do. If you think about Alexander Hamilton, the first track of Hamilton, it is sort of just describing what's happened to Hamilton, and it's describing like where he's going. That's a great set opening for a play, and well, like this, In the Heights, a film. So I really liked that, and I sort of really appreciate it. Everyone, speaking of like songs, everyone can bloody sing in this, and it's so annoying. Like Jimmy Smith, who we know from things like Star Wars, and I personally know from Star Wars and The West Wing, can sing. He sings in this film, and it's so good. Everyone sings so damn good, and I can't remember the actor's name. I'm gonna look it up now. The guy who plays Benny, Benny in The Heights. I can't remember who plays him. Corey Hawkins, unless that is. I absolutely loved the character of Benny. Yeah, Corey Hawkins, he sings really well. And I think my favourite track on the album is Where Have You Been? Or something like that, where like he's explaining like what happened in the past and stuff. It's such a good song. But yeah, the character of Benny and Nina, I love the character, them two relationship. They could have been the main characters, and I would still watch this. And the character of Nina and her own story really sort of resonated with me on one level, and then later on it progressed through like past my own experience to something new and opened my eyes to something which I'll touch on in a minute. But like the whole idea of like the whole block, just like her whole neighborhood just like relying on her, that she has to get educated, that she has to become this really smart person to help people, and like what happens if like that gets too much, what happens if she doesn't want to do that anymore. Like the pressure is a lot, and I find like that's quite relatable. However, they like punch you in the face in this film when we find out that the reason she doesn't want to do Stanford anymore is because of racism. Was because that her roommate's bedroom, well, she had lost her roommate had lost her necklace, and the university searched her room, Nina's room, because they thought she stole it because of her skin color, and that is terrible. And of course I can't relate to that because I'm in a privileged position to be white and male, but to be opened up to these things, to know about these things is important. And if any kind of media can open you up to these things, then it is automatically a piece of art, that it is a masterpiece because it has educated you, it has changed your life, essentially. And I think that's one of the biggest merits of this film. So thank you, In the Heights, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, and everybody else involved for doing that. I think a big part of this is just sort of like the showing people new things that they might have not been exposed to before, like the Heights of New York. I hadn't known anything about, and now it's such an interesting place, and I would love to see more of it. Another thing that I really loved about this film was that the ending of In the Heights, so, and like complete spoilers for In the Heights, by the way, was incredible. Like, I never saw it coming, which is amazing, because like I've studied film, I've read books on plot and like plot theory and things like that, and I never saw it coming, because they trick you. They're like, he's narrating this film on a beach with his kids, well, one of his kids, and then the rest of his friends' kids. Yeah, he's narrating on a beach, but then they match cut to that he was actually just in his store where it looks like a beach. And that's amazing, because I assumed that, yeah, he is going to leave the island. I was convinced that's how it ended, but it didn't, and I loved it, which gets me really curious of how they would have pulled that off in the stage show. Like, I'm really interested to see, like, did they pull away like a background, or did they do something else to trick people, or was it straightforward that like they knew that he didn't leave for the Dominican Republic? So yeah, I just love that, and I'm gonna definitely take note if I'm ever like writing something that I want to trick the audience. And when I come to think about it, the only thing I had a problem with in this film, and it's gonna sound so stupid, was that like Lin-Manuel Miranda was not in it enough, or was in it, or shouldn't have been in it, full stop. His character of, like, he has this whole conflict between, like, he's selling, I think it's, like, shaved ice with, like, flavoring and stuff. I have no idea. But, like, he's going up against, like, the ice cream man. Like, he has, like, a great song, but, like, he only gets one song and he, like, crops up every now and then. It just felt sort of, like, out of place that they would have this conflict, but they wouldn't explore it anymore until like a post-credit scene. I just feel like add him in more, or just don't have him in it at all. To be honest, I would quite like Lin-Manuel Miranda in everything. Like, put him in a Star Wars film. Like, come on. That was really my only issue. Like, even people have been complaining that it's like almost like 2.5 hours long. Like, no, it flew by. It's like the quickest 2.5 hours. Like the quickest film I've ever experienced. It was great. I went to go see it in the theatre, and it was amazing, and I'm gonna go see it again because it's so damn good. So that was my discussion, that was my ramblings on In the Heights. I hope you go and see this because I love it. Definitely like a quick 4K on Blu-ray buy, hopefully, and a vinyl. Like, give me the vinyl soundtrack, please. So yes, thank you very much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Liking videos apparently really helps nowadays, so please. And yes, can you do me one more thing? Can you have a great day? Thank you.